I felt actually quite. I was a little bit scared of it for a while because I didn't think that we can do anything better than this.
We bring you Georgi and Brodie for the Chronicles of Mother Vulture.
Hello world, Wednesday 13 here.
Hey, this is Tom Stain.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ronnie LeDrew.
Yes, my friends, my name's John Mahon.
What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast. Ladies and gents, ladies and thems, you may have been saying to yourself, for years I've been searching for a new album to really love. Well, this week we return with a band who are ready to take over the world as they rise like a phoenix. With their brand new album, Cartoon Violence, out on January 15th. So slow down your treadmill, put your headphones in, listen to a bit of TCO Pod corporate programming as we bring you Georgi and Brodie for the Chronicles of Mother Vulture.
Well, I applaud that intro.
That intro was the best thing
was
I've heard.
that was good.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so good to be on here. Thank you for having us again.
It's great to have you boys here. And I was going to apologise, but I guess I don't need to. So, never know how it goes, those sort of introductions every now and again.
No, it's right up my street.
I was trying to get the whole album in. I was like, no, I'm running out. I'm just going to write too much for keep going.
That'd be at least half an hour. Yeah, I know we kind of really touched on it very, very quickly before we started, but like, how's your boys' Tuesdays been? What you been doing yourself today? What's been going on?
So
Yeah, I mean, like outside of, as most people know, outside the life of touring and playing music, life's pretty boring, really.
Yeah.
You just kind of like go to work and get on with your shit, and then occasionally you get to go out and play some shows. So I've just been working today, and then got my train up to Bristol, and
now we're here. Yeah, I'm basically same vibe. I was in Bristol all day, just working. Well, I was a little bit spoiled actually. I worked from home, which is quite special. Never had that before. I know, right? Who does that nowadays?
I
But no, yeah, I was a very lucky boy. So Brody came over, and we thought we'll sit down and we'll spend a moment with you guys.
have a nice
Oh.
little...
Yeah.
And it's much appreciated.
No, thank you for taking the time.
So the way we like to start these things, we like to take it right back to the start, back to childhood. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Has it always been music for you or something completely different?
After you.
Oof, I wanted to be a drummer. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that was actually the case. Yeah. So I went to like a music school when I was maybe 2, 3 years old. I got signed up to, and my limbs couldn't reach all the drums, so they lied to me and they said there wasn't any more spaces in the drum school. So I was put on piano instead, and then they figured out I can make sounds with my voice. I don't want to call it singing because who does that nowadays
Yeah,
anymore?
we don't
Right?
call it. It's what we call it in the band.
Yeah, Screeching Banshee and Dying Cats, maybe that. The two of those are really good. But I don't know. I never really had like a alternate motive in regards to like my career or anything like that. I wanted to be actually an astronaut at one point, but I realized that I was already crazy enough and I wasn't apart from this planet, so it didn't make a difference anyway. So I technically was one already. But yeah, that's it. You?
Yeah, to be honest, like I've always wanted to do music. Like growing up super young, as soon as I could get my hands on like a guitar or like any sort of way to make noise, I was kind of doing that. I switched between like playing the guitar and the drums growing up, but I saw Jack Black in School of Rock when I was I think it would have been like 8, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do, like, and just never kind of looked back really. And I kind of just have turned into Jack Black as I've gotten older. In School of Rock specifically.
Yeah, of course. Not the wrestling one. No.
No.
I'm kidding.
Just Nacho. Oh, please, just dress as Nacho Libre, just for one of the shows.
Well, to be fair, our shows are kind of a bit like a wrestling match in that sense. So, there's
Halloween
a
vibe.
little bit of that.
Next Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes.
Done.
It's got this image of all band members dressed as different Jack Black characters from
Yeah.
different movies.
It'd be pretty hard push to get Matt, the drummer, to dress up as anything. He's not big on costume.
Yeah.
Every Halloween we try, but
That is true. Yeah. We were just talking about actually one of our photos being photoshopped, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. But no, I'm just it's pretty good. Yeah. We'll see next Halloween.
So obviously, if you want to start playing drums when you're like 2 and you were really drawn to the guitar really early, where did that love of music come from? Because it's obviously got you at a young age.
For me, love. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, more like hatred, anger, grr. Like, yeah, because so I was originally classically trained in the piano, so I kind of left that because my parents moved to England, and I no longer had that kind of opportunity to chase that any further. And as I was growing older in my kind of teenage period of years, I stuck to a lot of heavier metal, and I just enjoyed a little bit harsher music, and I really wanted to explore it. And that's where the vocals came in and, kind of overtook everything. And I think, yeah, I didn't really have that much of a direction after leaving Bulgaria, if that makes sense. I just kind of tried everything and found this band. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same answer to the last question, school or rock. Like, honestly, like I can pretty much root anything in my life to do with music back to like that movie because as a young kid, it's not just like Jack Black being silly or whatever. Like you get introduced to like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And for me, like the tangent onto like AC/DC just kind of like I don't know. My love for music is less about playing and writing music and more about performing. Like that's what I love doing. I like being on stage. That's kind of like what I like to do. So yeah.
I love
What did your parents listen to when you were growing up, though? What do they have on?
For me personally, it was more my grandparents' side because my parents spent a lot of time away at the time, and I guess my mom really liked like Red Hot Chili Peppers, which was a little bit more like popular culture back then. But my granddad was exposed me to like Black Sabbath and Guns N' Roses and the Beatles, especially the Beatles was kind of his baby, and yeah, that was kind of his influences, and then. Yeah, it was just a mixture of yeah, a cocktail of things.
Yeah. I couldn't really tell you to be honest. I had some friends who burnt me CDs with like a bunch of their favorite music on there.
Yeah,
There's like a lot of like Deep Purple and Green Day, and
yeah,
my
yeah,
sister introduced me to bands like My Chemical Romance and Misfits and stuff like that, and sort of just like went through a lot of different phases of being into like punk and like
yeah.
sort of like 80s like kind of grimy punk and
Mm,
then like back up to like classic rock and yeah, just quite an eclectic
mm,
taste of like different bits of rock and metal and punk because I
yeah,
just like I never had like one album. I always just had like the greatest hits or like,
yeah.
a compilation that a friend had maybe or something like that.
Mm,
I was always like that. I always much preferred to buy like a greatest hits and buy all the individual albums. It's like it's got all the best songs on. It's so much easier.
Exactly, yeah, yeah. Nowadays I kind of stick to albums a bit more, but like that was definitely it's definitely a really good way to get into a lot of bands at once.
Oh,
So
100%.
with the influence, let's say, from your grandfather, from your friends giving you music and stuff like that, is this influenced Mother Vulture in any way? Because your sound is the most unique thing I've ever heard in my life. I literally cannot pinpoint you anywhere.
Yeah, I think that is in some way like kind of fucked us over a little bit because
yeah,
every time we try and get on a support or something like that, they're like, we don't know how, like what are you? And we
yeah.
kind of and when you can't even describe yourself, people don't always want to stick you on with their bands.
Yeah, I think even like early on after the band kind of became a little bit more rooted into what we do now, even the industry didn't really know what to do with it. And it was really weird because like we had a manager at one point and yeah, I remember very clearly he even said you guys need to pick a route and we were like, what do you mean? And it was like, well, you either go heavy or you go like classic rock route. Like that's it. It's one or the other. In order to sell a product, that's how you do it. But to us, that this wasn't a product. This was just something we loved doing, and
Yeah.
we wanted to stay true to the uniqueness of what we were doing, but we didn't know how to present it. I think now we do
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
more.
like,
Yeah.
sort of answer your question, we've all got really different tastes in music.
Mhm.
Chris, the bass player, he does a lot of the songwriting, kind of like mainly between me and him, at least at the start.
Mm.
He's really into bands like Iron Maiden and like into Shikari. Like that's kind of like those are his two big bands really.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
nowadays it's like a bit more, but when we started it's kind of like him, and then you were into like I don't know, the
For
more
me, it was
hardcore kind of
yeah.
stuff.
For me, it was like really metalcore that kind of sparked it, and then moved it a little bit more into hardcore, like more recent years, I guess.
And
But
then like
yeah,
and then my favorite band is AC/DC and Matt's favorite band is Oasis. So like it's not like we came together and we all had like a super similar taste in music, but there was a lot
Yeah.
of like
yeah.
there was crossovers. Like I love White Stripes and Matt also loves White Stripes, and then like we both love Guns N' Roses,
Yeah.
and then so each of us had like a bit of crossover.
What was funny actually, the most recent one we played a festival in was it Manchester? Sorry, how could I forget the name of this
When
festival?
was this gig?
From Alton, we got the opportunity to go and play in before.
Radar.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Radar Festival. When we went to Radar, it was really funny. We had Matt, our drummer, who's more into Oasis and bands such as that, right? Get asked a question about Sleep Token, and I'd never seen a person freeze in such a manner because he just went, "Oh." Like actually like that. No ignorance or anything like that. It wasn't about that. It's just that he doesn't like,
Yeah,
listen to
it's like he
certain-
could like
it's crazy.
you would never
Yeah.
catch Matt listening to music that sounds like ours.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's
never.
quite funny, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we just
But
love
we
what
make
we
it.
do, like and I guess there's a lot of shit going on, it's we just kind of try and find a way to put it all together so that everyone in the band is happy at least. For
Yeah.
the audience members, I can't really.
Yeah, everybody gets a section. It's like Oliver Twist all over again. One for you, one for you. Like, no, it works somehow, but yeah, it's again a cocktail of
It's a cocktail.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mad, yeah.
It's like you're carving your own path, though. You've
Yeah.
carved your own road. It's like people are going to go, oh, actually, we can now go this way because Mother
That's it.
Vulture have laid the foundations.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well, that's but we'll see.
That's
See what the
so
future
cool to
holds.
say, but
that'd
yeah.
be-
It's funny because what you just said, I kind of look at bands like Blackstone Cherry and then Alter Bridge, and then I look at like slightly heavier bands like who else would I say in this position? I don't know. Asking Alexandria is no longer a thing, right? In the same retrospect, I don't know, they're no longer the same band, but they transitioned from something that was extremely heavy to something that's a lot softer and very different to what they did
Yeah.
before. And it's just all of those things coming together to make what it is now. It's mad. Yeah, I don't know.
This album definitely, compared to the first album, we found our sound a lot more with this album. We sort of like, after the first couple of tunes came together and we started getting the mixes back, that kind of informed the rest of the album.
Yeah.
So like we definitely knew where we were going with this a bit more, but at the same time, it's fucking wild
I had no
compared to the first album. Like it's wild. Like it just kind of goes everywhere, which we love.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the first album was just like the walkway towards something.
Yeah.
It was like a stepping
Kind of
stone
beat a little
towards.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
So-
Oh man.
You've got all these different members of the band listening to all different artists, all different places. How the hell do all these people come together to make a band? Like, how
we
did
hate
you all
each
meet?
other. We just hate one. So he has a really good one.
Yeah, it's well, when I moved to Bristol, like we all met at university, but we're not a university band, so to speak, because we didn't really start this band until like we'd all been out of uni for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But we knew each other through that. But kind of I always tried to get this band together while we were at uni with these people, and it never happened. So like the first person I ever played music with in Bristol was Matt, our drummer. Because I just put a post out being like, these are the bands I like, who wants to make some music together? And Matt was the first, we had a couple of jams, didn't really amount to anything. Then me and Chris, the bass player, we wrote music together for a couple of years, but again, like, we never really did anything. And then I literally just saw Georgie in a bar, and I just went over to him and I was like, are you by any chance a vocalist? And he was like, yeah, how did you know? I was like, you've just got that look. And I was like, you should come jam with us.
What a knobhead.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's got a massive fucking ego. Obviously, he's a vocalist.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we all kind of like dabbled, like jammed together a little bit at uni. We would do like the odd thing, but like we really weren't a band until like we'd been out of uni for a couple of years, and we had a drummer who we wanted to sort of start kicking things off with. And as soon as it was kind of put to him, like I was like kind of like, we want to tour. This is what we want to do. We're writing more music. He was like, bye. He was like, yeah. He just
no. He took a very normal route. He had a kid.
He wanted to have
he married.
He wanted to do a family thing.
He wanted to do a family thing, and we respected that. We still like really appreciate what he did because he did technically get it through that threshold to a degree.
Yeah,
but Matt was the one who actually drove us home.
Matt was, but literally because he always wanted this band to be a thing. He was the first person I met to do music, and never really got the ball rolling. And as soon as he found out, like, we were now, like, the band is going to be a thing, we need a drummer, he was like, over here, let's fucking do it. And as soon as Matt joined the band, the first like year he was in the band, we did like 100 shows or something like that.
And because I'd never felt that much pain in my entire life. I think actually I'm still feeling.
We were just like booking like tour after tour, and we would be out on the road, and
we would book more gigs on the
emails
tour.
like every day and phone calls like, can you do a gig tomorrow? Or like we were doing like back-to-back shows.
We were doing 3 shows in like 24 hours consistently. It was like the gauntlet of like death. But nobody remembers this because it was just like it was just a passing moment. And at the time we hadn't released an album or anything like that.
We had singles. We put one single out or something, but we were just like until COVID, we had like 1 year from like the start of 2019 to like, like March 22 or whatever, where we just like flat out didn't stop playing shows. It was great. It was really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
And then we kind of did the same thing after that as well. Things were a little bit quieter now. It just seems harder to book shows like it used to be. Like I don't know,
we're also not booking rooms for 20 people anymore.
This is true.
So there is that. I think
there's also like a lot less venues.
I think I remember one of our first shows with Matt actually was in Falmouth. The Black Dog. It was a hairdresser's, and bless him, the guy had no idea what he was like booking. And I remember walking into this lovely hairdresser. I mean, like, it was so cool. It was like a surf place, right? Like, you can imagine like a surf shop, like almost, but for hairdressing. And it was skateboards and a lot of like really cool video on the wall.
It's a cool place, but shoving 100 people in a room full of mirrors and scissors mosh is like pretty.
It was insane. Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah. I got a trim while I was at it. It was brilliant. Yeah, but no, it was really good. Yeah,
that's mental. So, one question we always love to ask bands when they come on the show, we love to find the origin of the name. Where does the name Mother Vulture come from? Is there a story behind it, or is it just like, this sounds cool?
Not very interesting. It was the old drummer, actually. It was pretty much the last thing he did before leaving the band. We did a little bit of recording with him down at Rockfield Studios. That was like the big thing that we wanted to do. So we went to Rockfield, and I think we released like 2 singles out of the session we did. And just while we were there, we were trying to come up with a band name, and he just wrote. And he'd been coming up with the worst band names, like most like revival rock, dad rock, sort of band names you could possibly make, which is fine. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah, we're not the right band names for us. And then he just wrote something on the wall. He wrote Mother Vulture on the wall. He was like, "How about that?" And because at Rockfield they've got like this wall with like loads of band names on, and he just wrote that on the wall and was like, "How about this?" And we're like, "Yeah, okay."
It was like Wolf Mother, other Mother bands, Mouth Culture. Mother, I don't fucking know. There's so many. Either way, it was good.
So he just came up with it, and we just kind of adopted. Thick of arguing about it, so we just took that.
I remember I was pretty fucking tired.
Yeah,
of the names. Do you know what the last one before you came up with that? I think I came up with Cereal Mama, but it was like I could also think about fucking bowl of cereal. Like I was like, oh my god, what was I thinking about, man? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it was weird.
The thing is with our name, it's like I don't think it's like a super specifically like classic rock sounding band name, but I do think when people hear it, they do kind of assume that we are a bit of like a revival rock band, which is a bit.
Well, you say that, but then I've seen like fully grown people just absolutely terrified of the names. Oh, so it's a metal band. I was like, no, I don't know what it is. Okay, like that's how I feel.
It maybe doesn't say a lot about the band, but we're stuck with it now. So
yeah. Until somebody asks us to change our name.
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, the money.
Get fucked.
Mother Vulture. There we go.
Yeah, done. And there we are.
But obviously, the brand new album is out January 15th, Cartoon
Yep.
Violence. How fucking buzzing are you to get this out there into the world?
Yeah, man.
I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes.
We
still
have kind
tired.
of been like
Yeah.
aching for this release, really. Like, because with the album's been ready for fucking ages. Like,
Yeah.
but you have to kind of play the game and like pick a time.
And we still picked the wrong time.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
you have to pick a day to put the album out so far in the future that it feels insane. Like you're sat there with the album is done, and you're like, let's put it out in a year, and it's like, but by the time you've done all the bullshit of the
Yeah.
getting the physicals printed and getting the press and the videos and all the other
Yeah.
bullshit
Yeah.
done, it's just kind of like it just has to just be the way it has to be. But we've been, yeah, we really are ready for this.
Yeah, yeah. We are. On another hand, I felt actually quite. I was a little bit scared of it for a while because I didn't think that we can do anything better than this. Like there was actually a good like 2 months after finishing it, where I thought to myself, I will never ever be able to write anything like that.
Yeah, and then since
But-
then, I feel like I've been writing better songs that are on that were on the album. So
Yeah.
you know, the third album
There
is
is that.
coming hot.
Third album is coming in hot. That's a good point. Yeah.
So the second album's great, but just wait for the third one. It's even better.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you know what? Can we go to the third one if that's okay, guys? Thank you.
this is the society we live in.
Yeah.
You know, we should have just done an album of like reels, 20-second songs. You know, swipe onto
You've just
the
finished
next
a
one.
3-course
Yeah.
meal and you're like, what's next?
We could have
It's
had
like,
years worth
no.
of content out of
Like,
this
yeah,
album.
no, right? It could have been great. We should have just released like 10-second snippets of each song,
Yeah.
like every now. Actually, yeah, yeah. Or do you know what? We should still go with the OnlyFans idea. That's pretty sick. Like, ghost drop the whole album on OnlyFans. Can you imagine? That'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious. Anyway,
No part.
Amazing, no
no
one's
way.
done that.
I'm just hilarious. Yeah.
So far you've released 3 singles off the record: Slow Down,
Yeah.
Treadmill, and Phoenix. What's the feedback been like so far for the songs that you've put out there?
It's been all right. It's been, yeah.
Okay.
It's been, I mean, I think Slow Down got a really good reception because it was a bit darker, a bit moodier, a bit heavier than anything we put out before. And it was sort of like, that was the first tune that we've put out where I've been like, I think the production really
Jumped.
shines a light on the band. Like, I think we did a good. I think the mixing and stuff is like good on the first album. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But we didn't really know what we wanted to get out of that album.
You honed your sound.
And so like I think me and Chris spent a lot of time experimenting between the first album and this one, guitar tones, vocal sounds, drum sounds, like just like really fucking about with stuff. Because you know he has done loads of production, like figuring out, and I've done a lot of like tone searching and all that nonsense. So, you know, I just getting that song out and it sounding the way it did, I think just like the people that already liked us were just kind of like, oh, you know, this sounds great, and it does sound great. And yeah, you know, everyone seems to be digging the tunes. Phoenix, obviously, we got to work with like Gretsch and Fender on that, which was really cool because like I'm a bit of a guitar nerd anyway. All guitarists are, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting the opportunity to work with them on that tune and for them to just like push it so fucking hard and like, you know, it's got like nearly 5 million views now or whatever. It's super cool. And more than anything, it was just like really fun. And it's nice to have the support of someone in the industry. Because we don't have management or a label or any financial backing or anyone really. We've got an agent
got a
who's
job.
a mate of ours,
quite
and
nice.
we've got someone who does our PR for free because they are nice.
Yeah. They like the music.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that thing with Gretsch come around? Was that you reaching out to them or them to you, or just...
It's really funny actually because
This was years back now.
it was years ago, and like at the time, the band had only like we'd been going like a year, and I'd already been like
Smashed your guitars.
yeah, but I've been like Googling like how to get a guitar endorsement, you know, how to reach out to guitar companies and all this fucking, and like I never bothered to do any of it because everything I found online was like, if you want a guitar endorsement, they'll come to you, don't go to them. So I just kind of left it. And then yeah, it was like May 2020, June 2020 or something like that. Someone from Gretsch called Helen reached out to us and was like, I've just accidentally scrolled onto your band on YouTube. I've listened to a couple of songs. I fucking love you guys. You know, what can we do to help you? And that was it, kind of.
That was it. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
Greg, I guess goes a
yeah,
little-
and then so yeah, so from there, Gretsch, you know, just have always been
Kept in
kind of
touch.
sweet with us and
Yeah.
looked after us, and it's been really nice. Yeah, but then we had this Gretsch thing for ages, and then completely by coincidence, we met Tim, who is part of Fender, who owns Gretsch, out on the road playing with A.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was playing bass for A, and we were supporting them, who were supporting Reef. And yeah, he was like, we had the same conversation with him that we'd have with Helen. He was like, I fucking love you guys. You know, Fender would love to endorse you. And I was like, funnily enough, we are actually already endorsed by you guys, but thank you very much.
It was really good. Yeah. Yeah.
What I love about that is they didn't reach out to you and go, your numbers, your figures are great. We've got to get the fact they just went, we like this music.
Yeah.
Let's do something. That is the best way to get an endorsement. That's awesome.
Exactly. And, you know, I think, you know, the fact that we're years down the line now, since that first thing, and, you know, I'll be frank about it, we're not a massive band yet, but they're still sticking by us, and they're like, you know, whatever, you know, when the time comes, we're still here if you need anything. Like, it's fucking like, who else? No one does that. Like,
No, they don't. Yeah. Very lucky.
yeah, we're actually playing the Fender Christmas party.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You got to drop a bomb. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know.
so
I was like,
that's just,
well,
I mean, that's just
yeah.
really fun. And like, we're pretty friendly with all the Fender lot now. So it's just,
Yeah.
whenever we get to go up to the, you know, see everyone, it's just nice because everyone's just
They
so
treat us with a lot of
lovely.
respect. Yeah, truly.
Before I ask this next question, the fact that you've got a song called Suffering Succotash already was a winner for me straight away. Straight away, I was like, these guys are they're going to the moon.
You can thank Chris for this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But did this record push you out of your comfort zone in any way? Was there things that you wanted to try that you never had done previously that you thought, fuck, this might go wrong?
Yeah. Oh, pretty much every song. The reason why I say that is just because I feel like in comparison, or at least when it comes to the vocals and writing, that we did it between me, Chris, me, Brode. So that's kind of like the two ways that it went the majority of the time. And I feel like in comparison to the first record, we'd spend a bit of time on each song, but it felt like every single line in this album was just nitty gritty. It was like put a telescope to it and just look as deep as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Break it down. What does it mean to you? How do you perceive it? And what do you want it to mean to other people? Even though none of those things matter in the grand scheme of things, it helped us, I don't know, carve our own story around it. So it just took a lot longer to mother, to make it more or of what we wanted it to be.
I think, like, I don't know, it was a really different experience than to how we did the first album. Like, the first album, we were just like in a room together for 3 weeks, and we just like, we did everything while we were there pretty much, like drums, guitar, vocals, like we got it all done, and none of us left the studio for 3 weeks. Whereas like literally the opposite for this album, none of us were in the same room at the same time once. Like, we did the drums. Georgie wasn't there for any of the drum tracking. I wasn't there for any of the vocal tracking except for ones that
we did
for
together.
my songs, like two songs.
Yeah.
And like you weren't there for any of the guitar tracking.
No.
I did most of the guitars on my own, like in my studio. So it's kind of like
I was doing laundry when I was doing vocal takes.
Yeah, so
literally, I was like, "Wait, what?"
So doing the album, basically, apart from the drums, doing the entire album at home, that was a bit out of comfort zone, but I fucking way preferred it. I get red light fever so bad in the studio. As soon as like someone hits record and someone's like watching me play guitar, it's like, I've forgotten how to play. It's like,
what are fingers?
So being at home and just like spending hours, like, you know, like,
I felt the same thing. So a lot of the first record, we tracked live at first, right?
Yeah.
By the time that we'd come over to getting the takes that we wanted, my voice would be, I would have played each song like, 15 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm tired now. I want to go sleep. And all these guys have just warmed up. And you see, unlike them, I can't restring my fucking instrument. So I have to get ready and do all of this. So when I was at home, I could just be like, you know what? I hate this. I think it's shit, but I'm going to put it to the side, and then I'll come back to that shit later, and I'll make it good, but later, not now.
Not
So
having the pressure of like
Yeah.
you've got 2 days left in the studio, you've
mm.
got to get it done. Was like it's kind of like it was a blessing in the sense that it was just kind of like if it's not right today, we can do it tomorrow, we can do it next week. But also it does kind of mean that the album process, instead of taking 3 weeks, takes like 2 years.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. I
Um,
also feel like when you write in a room together, a lot of people will just go and they'll nod and they'll go, yeah, that's good. But it's in the moment. You haven't, when you're away from somebody's recording experience and you hear what they've done, you can actually be a lot more useful to them later on by not hearing what they've done. And what I mean by that is like you have a fresh pair of ears on it and you're just like, oh, okay, I can hear all of these things that could sound differently or could make it sound better. Because the way that we work when it comes to that is we have one philosophy. It's like, look, don't tell me what the fucking issue is. Just come to me with a solution, and then we'll figure out the rest. Because otherwise, it's a bit like, well, why are you just being a dick for, right? And we do that to each other quite a lot enough already. So I thought, yeah.
yeah, we're pretty horrible to each other.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it works for a pretty productive working life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's all out of love. It's fine.
yeah, so much love.
Yeah, one of us dies.
I mean, I felt a lot more comfortable in general for the recording process, except for like, there are a lot of things that we did this time, which I'm really glad that we did. Compared to the first album, there's a lot of shit that I don't want to do again. Not being in the same room together sucked ass. Like if it would get to the point you spend like all day working on something and you send it to one of the other guys and they'd be like, "Thanks, I hate it," and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's shit, isn't it?" And it's like, why wasn't anyone there to tell me that it sucked? Like it's so. It's ups and downs.
I feel like also, I guess a really important thing during this whole kind of pre-prod kind of thing of creating the album, I felt like Brode and his way of recording is very different to the way like that I guess Chris, our bassist,
Yeah,
did,
also
like, write a lot
me
of
and
the
Chris work on completely different
different.
doors, like different software. He has a PC, I've got a Mac, so we'd be sending shit to each other, and it just like
None of it,
doesn't
yeah.
compute, like and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it's just
And I feel like a lot of the reward that you get when Brody is songwriting is usually at the end after you hear it all together, whereas Chris is quite the opposite. He'll make one thing sound really amazing and pull everything else back and analyze it until it's a certain way, and then he'd add other parts to it. So you see, I feel like they complement each other, but you don't see how they do it until you put those songs in an album together.
Chris is really good at mixing.
Yeah.
So when he sends his demos over,
They sound like-
they basically sound like they're done. Whereas when I send demos over, they basically like sound shit until they're mixed, and I have to try and convince these guys the entire process. Like when it's mixed, I promise you, all the ingredients are there. It's gonna sound good. It's like
Trust me, okay?
yeah.
Trust the process and all that, yeah.
I am very conscious of time. I know you've got to go very shortly, but I do want to touch on the fact you are doing a tour in support of the album starting 31st of January in Exeter.
Yes, certainly,
How excited are you to go out and do this tour?
Do you know what? Pretty excited. It feels like we haven't done a proper tour in bloody ages. We've just been doing like a lot of like 3 or 4 day stints. I think the last like proper tour we went on was with Bacasa, and that feels like a long ass time ago. Like we did, yeah.
Personally, for me, I'm excited to play the new songs because this band feels like a brand new band, and two, I feel a lot more physically healthy. So I feel like I'm really looking forward to those things in combination with each other are perfect right now.
We've just been out to Belgium. We've done 3 shows, 2 in Belgium and 1 in Torquay Arena, and we road tested like about most of the new stuff for like the new live shows. We're kind of like, well, going over to Belgium, we won't spoil it for the UK tour, but if we're going over there, let's play some of the new songs. And to say it sounds fucking great. It's
meaty.
Really, really good.
Oh, it is meaty.
We've also got our friend Ed on the baritone, adding some extra meat down for some of the new stuff, which has like been really, really nice.
Still can't believe he made that guitar with his own two hands.
Yeah, he makes guitars, so that's
I was just like,
well.
whatever, cool, sick
Yeah.
rock, and it sounds amazing.
So yeah, we're super excited. enjoying playing the new stuff so much. And we get to actually, so the tour starts on the 31st, but we've actually got a warm-up show with Airborne 2 days before. So we're super excited about that.
Oh, shit, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Airborne have been like, I love AC/DC. Obviously, I love Airborne. So
yeah, easy win there, I think.
Yeah. What a way to open the touring schedule as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
What I do love about the album is obviously you're ripping solos. Like, I don't think many bands do solos anymore.
Wait. Can I ask a question? Have you listened to it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. 6'5". I had no clue, mate. I was like, I had no idea.
No, we just thought
cool.
we'd come and just blag it.
Yeah.
Of course we've listened to it.
Most people do.
That's so epic. Sorry, this is great. Can you add this?
Well, do you know what? You're the first people that we've spoken to outside of like the inner circle who have listened to the album.
Yeah.
So it's nice to start getting some feedback on it.
Yeah, truly.
It's great. The Masquerade and Double Down. Mwah!
Oh,
yeah.
Really love those songs. Loved those two.
But as we were saying about solos, it's kind of a funny one because like you don't hear guitar solos very much these days.
Not anymore.
And I feel like it's a bit of like
Lost Heart.
Yeah, what's the bloody word? Like it's like dirty. If you put like a solo in a song, it's like like that's lame classic rock. But it's kind of like no, bring back the guitar solo. Like sometimes they're fun. Like people like guitar solo. That's why bands like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses are
exist.
Massive.
Yeah.
Like.
True. Well, the songs are guitar solos.
Yeah, and I'm not an amazing guitarist, but it's guitar solos are fun. So occasionally I'll stick a couple in there, and the album opens pretty strong in that sense.
Fuck him.
I mean, every song individually is so quirky and it's so different in its own way, and it's beautiful. You don't even know what's fucking coming next.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The amount of stuff in there, you're just like, oh shit, okay, I thought the verse was coming, but what is this?
I thought it was a Jaeger bomb turned into a spice rum, turned into a JD. You just don't know where you're going with this.
This is the thing. If you imagine that me and Chris, we doing the songwriting completely separately, sending each other demos, and every time we get a demo from the other person, we're like, what the fuck is this?
It was like that. It was like that the whole time.
Yeah.
But then when it came together, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Works so well.
Yeah.
Works so well.
Thank you.
For me, corporate programming, Knuckles and Phoenix, I absolutely loved.
Yeah, Phoenix is up there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I think we're actually going to drop Knuckles as a single just before the album comes out. So if you're listening to this and the album isn't out yet, then that
feast your ears.
Yeah, feast your ears. Yeah.
Well, this is coming out Friday, boys. So it's only coming out 3 days.
There you go. Spoilers.
All the alerts. Yeah.
Gents, like I said, I am very conscious of time, so we will let you go. Before we do let you go, though, any plug social medias, websites that you want to get out there?
Mother Vulture.
Everywhere at the same time.
Yeah, we've got an album, we've got a tour. You said it.
It's coming. Yeah,
that's it. Really,
go to it.
Please, if buy the album, buy a ticket.
Buy tickets, buy album, or the other way around.
Absolutely. We will have to do this again because there's so much I wanted to talk about. We didn't get a chance. The album artwork, I have got to say, is fucking phenomenal as well.
I just fucking love the album art. Compared to the first album artwork, which I wasn't a massive fan of. We just got the vinyls, by the way.
Oh yeah, shit. No, I forgot about that.
Very nice.
Yeah, you should see them. They are beautiful.
It must be amazing to hold the actual physical copy of your years of work just like in your hand, like a little baby.
Yeah, especially because the last time we did an album, the shipping for the vinyl got delayed by like
6 months.
6 months. So
Brilliant.
it wasn't out when the album came out, which was like pretty annoying. The company that we ordered the vinyl for literally went out of business. But we're with DMS now, who are fucking legends. They saved our asses last time as well. Meant to be like meant to be like a year turnaround. And we messaged them like, we've been fucked over. Can you help us? And luckily, the guys who work there were already fans of the band, so they got us vinyls in like 3 weeks. It was amazing.
Yeah,
incredible,
crazy.
Absolutely incredible. Gents, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time. It really means a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again properly at some time when we're not time restricted, because I got loads of things I never asked as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have to come back again.
Well, just get in touch. We can definitely do this again. If you want to try and do it before the album comes out, just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds like a plan. Sounds like a
That's
great idea. Boys, take it
Thank
easy.
you.
Thank you so much.
You
Take
too.
it easy. See
Take
you
it easy,
later.
gents.
Bye.
Bye bye.